What's happening, everybody? This is Total Barbecue, and I'm Rod Estes. And today I'll be doing a brisket on the Oklahoma Joe Bronco, and it'll be my first time doing a brisket on the drum. So let's get to it. Go ahead and get the smoker cleaned out from my last cook. So I got a few charcoals that's left over, so I'm just gonna shake the ash off. I'm still gonna use some of this charcoal because some of it can still be used. And today I'll be using D&B charcoal briquettes with some post oak chunks and hickory. I thought I had some post oak chunks, but I don't, so I only have hickory. But the B&B charcoal briquettes, it has oak in it. So basically, I'm just putting wood chunks at the bottom and just covering them up with the briquettes. And basically, what I like to do is make a little hole right in the center. And I'll be placing my tumbleweeds right here in the middle. I'm anticipating that this cook will be about 8 to 9 hours. The temperature that I have my smoker at is about 275. I guess this would kind of be considered like a hot and fast cook, because again, my pit will be between 275 and 300. So while my smoker is coming up to tip, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this brisket out and get to trimming. Be right back. All right, yeah, I forgot to add my diffuser plate, and also I'm going to be running a water pan. Be right back. And we're back. And I'm not the best trimmer in the world, but you know, I feel like I can kind of get the job done, so we'll see. So the bone, I have a boning knife, and the knife that I'm using is, I guess, Mosfiata. I guess I'm pronouncing it right. But anyway, this is the boning knife that I'm using. And my brisket is, it's a pretty small brisket. It's about 11 and a half pounds. And I got it from local HEB. And while I'm trimming, I know I won't be doing a lot of talking, so I know there's 1,000 videos on trimming a brisket. And I always rinse my brisket. I know they tell you not to rinse it, but I do. So just get most of this hard fat off of here. I still have quite a bit of that deco on there, but I think that'll be okay. So I'm going to be seasoning my brisket with with salt and pepper. Be a half cup of salt, half cup of pepper, and a quarter cup of granulated garlic. And also, I'm going to use some beef tallow. I'll be using beef tallow for my binder. Even though it's kind of tacky, but I still like using a binder anyway. So right now the smoker has came up to the temp at 275, and I'm about to put this brisket on the smoker. So I won't open up the smoker until about the next 3 hours, and then I'll check it and see what the crust look like on it. And so we'll be right back. All right, so it's been about 3 hours now, and we're gonna check and see what the bark looks like. And this will be my first time actually looking at it with y'all. Okay, so you can see it's getting a little dark on this side, so it seems like I should rotate it about, I don't know, 90 degrees. Let's see. The bark hasn't set yet, so still gonna keep going. I may have to spray it a little bit, but yeah, we'll be back with y'all in about another hour to check on it. All right, so this is hour 4. Go ahead and raise it up and see what we're looking like, what the bark is looking like. Okay, so it's coming along pretty good. Yep. Over here. Still think I need to spread a little bit. And I'm just using just regular water. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a temperature and see where we at on the temperature. Okay, about 180 in the point, and in the flat, like I'm right at 199, 200.
174 by 174. Let's see. 176 there. I still want to get the bark a little bit more darker, but it started to look pretty good. But I'm gonna still let it keep rolling before I actually wrap it. It's got that little jiggle on it. Man, I might need to go ahead and wrap it now. But I want that bark to get a little darker. And the fat still hasn't rendered all the way like I want it, so I think I'm gonna let it keep rolling. So we'll let it ride for one more hour and check it out again. All right, so I'm back at it again, and this is hour 5, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull it, and we're gonna see what it looks like. Yeah. Still hasn't completely rendered, but I think that's going to be good enough for me. I still had to tint it with foil just to keep those edges from burning, and so we'll go ahead and go inside and get my paper ready, and I'll be right back. So I got my paper laid out. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this T.O.T.L on here. It's actually it's Wagyu, so I'm gonna spread some out all over my paper. Kind of smooth it out a little bit, and I'm gonna sit the brisket right on top of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. And let me go outside and get the brisket. I'll be right back. All right, I'll go ahead and drizzle a little bit on top of it. What I want to do is wrap it as tight as I can, and I'll probably put it back out on the smoker for about maybe another hour or so. What I'm going to do with this brisket is actually make brisket nachos. So get it tight. Go ahead and fold it one time, keeping it tight. I wish y'all could smell this right now because it smells real good. Keeping it as tight as possible. Flip it again. So that's the pot tied up again. And then I have a little excess paper. So let's take it and fold it under. And you have a nice little package. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back out on the smoker, and I'll check it maybe in about another hour, 45 minutes. And if it's probe tender in the flat and in the point, I'll take it off and then let it rest. Okay, got that nice little package right there, pretty tight. And close it down. And I'm going to bump my temperature up to about 300. And like I said, I'm gonna probe it until it's probe tender. That's when I'll pull it, when it's probe tender. So I'll be pulling it maybe in about an hour or so if it's probe tender. I really don't care too much about the temperature as long as it's probe tender. Probe tender, I'm sorry. All right, so we'll be back. All right, y'all, so right now, I'm gonna go ahead and check to see if it's probe tender, and if it's probe tender, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it and let it rest. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, the flat is, it's real good. Oh yeah, just like butter, baby. Yep. So we're gonna take the temperature in the flat. It's about 210 in the flat, and in the point it's about 205. But like I said, it's probe tender. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it, and I'm gonna let it rest for maybe, I don't know, maybe about 10 or 12 hours. So remember, I am Total Barbecue. You know.